So then, like, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do for you. We're going to have to amputate your leg. You have a 1% chance of saving it. Y'all, all I heard was 1%. I said, there's still a chance. We need to find a doctor who's willing to take that chance with me. So it took 34 surgeries, months in the hospital, thousands of hours of excruciating physical therapy, but they saved my leg. Thanks. It's been a lot of work. Actually, I was at PT so much that I have a key to the physical therapy facility. And they're like, you know what? Here's a key. You can just come any old time. So I worked so hard that when I was leaving the hospital, one of the doctors said, I was like, I can't get home. I can't wait to get home and train clients again. He said, oh, I don't know if you'll ever train clients again. I said, oh, I can't wait to run again. Well, you'll never run again. You'll probably never wear shorts again with scars like that. I felt like I'd been kicked in the gut. Here I was excited to finally get home. And that's what he tells me. That has been one of my most motivating moments. That's what I use. When somebody, you know what, first of all, don't ever tell a woman she can't do something, because that's the first thing she's going to do. So 4.5 months later, I'm finally standing up on crutches. They told me it'd take 2 years to be able to stand up, and I was really happy. I mean, I know I don't look very happy here, but I was really happy to finally be standing up. And I'm on my way. I get to go see this doctor. He's supposed to be this big doctor, and I'm thinking, he's going to be so proud of me. I'm upright. Look at me. And I walk in, and he runs out of the office. I looked at my husband. I said, well, that's not what I was expecting. And he comes back in. He says, you know what? Are you the kind of person that likes to push through pain? And I'm like, yeah, I guess he can tell I got a PhD and suck it up. He's like, well, you need to stop. You've got something very serious. I'm like, yeah, dude, I got hit by a truck. It is serious. He said, no, you've got complex regional pain syndrome. Your life's never going to be the same. You're going to be permanently disabled. You'll never work again. You need to go home and get back in your wheelchair. I said, for how long? He said, forever. Well, I cried all the way home. Then I went straight to physical therapy with my key. And Terry says, Amberly, what are you doing here? You don't have an appointment today. You're here again. I said, I know, Terry. I just learned something today, and I'm going to have to work harder than I've ever worked before if I want to have the life that I've ever dreamed of most. Boy, I didn't know how hard that was going to be. I Googled complex regional pain syndrome, and that's the worst thing you can do when you are diagnosed with something, or just don't Google it. But I started radical treatments, and I tried everything. I mean, CRPS is a disease of your sympathetic nervous system. So for lack of a better term, it's like if your computer needs to be rebooted. My nervous system always senses pain. So it's a constant loop of pain. So I had never done a drug in my life. All of a sudden, I'm doing opioids. I'm doing ketamine infusions. I have a spinal cord stimulator where they implant metal leads into your back. Eastern, Western medicine. At one point, I was on 73 homeopathic pills along with 11 different prescription medications, and nothing was working except for one thing. It's not what you think. Didn't magically just take all my pain away. It didn't get me a job again. It didn't take away our medical expenses. We had $2.9 million worth of medical expenses. It helps me get through this. It is what has enabled me to climb out of that hospital bed, reignite the light inside me, and recurate my life. And it's resilience. Now, I don't think resilience is bouncing back. Now, some of you, maybe, you hadn't been hit by a truck. but maybe you feel like your business has a 1% chance of surviving. Maybe some of you, especially after quarantine, feel like your marriage has a 1% chance of surviving. Whatever it is, that 1% is what you focus on. Resilient people choose very carefully what they put their attention on. And so resilience to me, I felt stuck. I kept trying to get back to what I was doing before. I felt broken. I was trying to heal. I kept waiting for new medications, waiting for doctors to invent something that was going to take my pain away. Y'all, you can't wait. It's up to us to choose the courage to move forward, to find joy and happiness and our success no matter what life throws our way. I kept trying to rebuild my fitness career, my old friends that I'd lost, all these things, when there was something so much bigger just waiting for me. So resilience is our ability to move forward, time in, time out, again and again. And one night at dinner, my husband was like, I looked pretty tired and I had my leg up on the table. We had to-go boxes on the table. He said, you know what? You really need to pace yourself. I don't know about you, but you know when somebody tells you calm down, it makes you like, don't tell me to calm down. I was like, I do pace myself. Then I started writing on a dinner napkin everything that I did throughout the day to pace myself in order to be resilient, in order to go to work and come home and be there for my husband and be there for my child and do homework with her and all the things that you do as a mom. And I wrote down on this paper, I've got it, pacer, and I read it off. And what allows me, and I'm hoping you use this and it'll really allow you to really get through tough times, is PACER. It stands for perspective, acceptance, community, endurance, and rest. And first of all, perspective, I know some other speakers have talked about the power of perspective. But I have to tell you, when times get tough, I was really trying to hold on to the right mindset. Really hanging on by a thread. Have you been there where you're like, I know I should be positive, but things really just aren't going right. This sucks. How can I be positive? Nothing's going right. I'm hanging on by a thread. I've been praying. I've been on my knees. Nothing's working. I've been there. I was in the hospital one night and the nurses would have to come and change my bandages. Every 3 hours, my leg was completely open, and so it was held together by metal rods, and they'd take one nurse to lift it up, and they'd strip off these bandages, and part of me was like, oh my God, this kills me, and the other part was like, oh, that's so cool, I can see the inside of my leg. So I'd look at the clock, and I'd be like, okay, I have a few more minutes till they come in, and they take these bandages off, and I'm watching infomercials, because that's the only thing that was on TV. And it was this infomercial about how to get a Brazilian butt. And I was like, oh, I'll never have a Brazilian butt. Oh my gosh, I'll probably never wear a bikini again. What if my husband doesn't love me again? What if I'm all scarred up? What if they cut my leg off tomorrow? What if I can't chase my daughter after school? What if I die? Like I was spiraling down into this despair, and I thought, stop. You have a choice. You can go down that road of despair, or you can choose to, again, focus on what you put your attention on. The quickest and easiest way to shift your perspective is with gratitude. Now, I was always a grateful person, but I didn't really know the power of gratitude until I was at my darkest moment. And so I was like, okay, well, what can I control right now? I can't control anything. I can't even get up to use the bathroom on my own. What can I do? And I grabbed this little notebook. It wasn't even a proper journal. It was just a little notebook, and I started writing down everybody that was coming in to see me so I could write them a thank you note, everybody that brought me flowers, everybody that brought me, food and gifts. I was writing down and I noticed suddenly I wasn't staring down at my leg, focusing on, are they going to cut it off? And the pain. I was focused on, oh, I'm alive. I have breath. I have a view from the window. I've got an incredible team of doctors and nurses that are looking out for me. And so, if I'm lying in a hospital bed and can find something to be grateful for, I know you can find something to be grateful for. And people think, oh, you're so positive and you're so grateful. And I'm like, I'm not. I work at it.